Good morning. I just realized I forgot to do my morning check-in. But then again, I was night hiking in the morning for like an hour and a half. Because I gotta camp at 5. Anyways, it is July 15th, I think. Hold on. Sorry, no. It's July 16th. And we are gonna try to do 25 miles today. Hopefully, if we can get to where we want to get to, there will be some incredible views of Mount Shasta and stuff. But yeah, I've already been hiking since 5, so I'm close to having 3 to 4 miles in. Well, closer to 3. No. Yeah, 3 or 4. Anyways, I'm about to be near the river. That's where I was originally trying to get to yesterday. Hold on. I'm trying to make this quick if the mosquitoes are getting me. But yeah, last night camped and had a good time there, more or less. And it's just a normal campsite, but it was just me and Sunflower, and then there was a deer in camp for a little bit, doing whatever it was doing. And then, sorry, these mosquitoes. And then no one else came. So I'm about to head down to the river. I think it's like 1.2 from here. It's supposed to be really pretty, so I'll take some video of that. It's supposed to be like really blue or something. And then I'm going to get water in about 3 to 4 miles. And then it's an 8-mile carry to the next water, technically. I didn't look for secret water. And then after that, there's 3 more miles and there's another creek. But that's the last water for like 16 miles with what I'm going to be doing. So, I'll have to fill up there. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna get hiking. So a lot of these trees are covered in this kind of moss. And it's like a dark color. But yeah, it's kind of neat. It's okay. Hi. Good morning. Deer number 1, deer number 2. Felt bad because I'm just trying to get to the trail, which is right over here. Oh man. Okay, so we have a bit of road walk, but the trail starts right where this little post with this diamond is. And then we're about to go down to the river. Definitely got a bluish tint. It's more like a green, like a sea, I don't know, seafoam maybe, or like aquamarine, kind of. But yeah, it's pretty. But I'm gonna get hiking. So I crossed the river and now I'm heading towards getting my butt as close as I can to town, to Dunsmuir or Mount Shasta. I haven't figured out which one I'm going into yet. But the reason why I brought this up was, so we just went through a section that's pretty, in general, unmaintained, is quite overgrown in a few spots. More than a few spots. There's blowdowns and all kinds of stuff. And again, maybe they're waiting for the snow to melt in the other roads, but one reason why it might not be as well maintained trail up on that mountain is because when I got down too close to the river, there was a sign that said something like, "Attention hikers, in 2018 this road became badly damaged and it's unsafe for motor vehicles to come up here. And it's closed off at such and such spot, like a couple miles down the road." So I was like, well, maybe, because like where we were used to be like a really popular day hiker spot, like day camping and everything. But I guess 4 or 5 years ago, something damaged the road, and now people can't get up here, which means trail crews probably can't get up here very easily either. But I'm just speculating. It'd be nice if someone could go through that section though, sooner than later. But at the same point, I'm through it, and it wasn't horrible. I'd rather have overgrown trail than having my legs scratched up than dealing with snow of any kind or steep drop-offs of snow. So, or eroded trail. So overall, I'm pretty happy. Anyways, I am gonna get hiking to the water in a little less than 2 miles. Fill up and then keep hiking. In general, I'm not into like people doing those cairn things or like moving rocks or whatever, but this person kind of did it like a Roy G. Biv thing. It's kind of neat actually. So I like this one because it's got like purplish and then I don't know, bluish, and then it goes from like dark to light, and then like to the reds and stuff and the oranges. I really like that a lot. I don't know why, but I do. Neat. I'm sure you can hear the machinery. It looks like they're clearing out the underbrush. I heard of some places doing that. They're not necessarily logging, but what they're doing is they're doing fire prevention, and they're clearing out a bunch of the underbrush. I don't know. I see and hear evidence of it. But they're like leaving the bigger trees alone. Also, I'll be going uphill for like the next 6 miles. Well, a little less than 60 miles now. So, thankfully it's mostly gradual, I believe. But that's one downside to doing like really big mile days. And I think I said this morning. Sorry if I did. I'm so tired. Is the longer the day, the more chance of having more ups and downs. So I have like 2 or 3 uphill sections before I'm done for the day. But I'm really hoping I get there. And I'm hoping it should be worth it if I can get there. But I saw Alexa getting water not too long ago, so she's zooming. And we're 28 miles from town, a little less now, like 27 something, so that's cool. I'm definitely not gonna get into town today, but it'll give me a short day tomorrow, and that's what I'm looking forward to. And I'm probably going into Mount Shasta if I can get a ride in through a trail angel or something. just because it does look bigger than Dunsmuir, and I really, really want pizza and town food, and Dunsmuir has some of that too. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that town right, and I don't care if I'm not. But it might be worth it to go a little extra to the bigger place just to have more food options and whatnot. Right now we're hiking on this old road, and I think it's very nice. It's kind of flattish, it's very wide. I won't be on it for super long though, only like 0.7 I think. And then I gotta go uphill even more for like another mile to the top of this mountain area. And then I get to go downhill and then go back up again. But let's see, I have 11 miles done? I'm not sure. I know I got a lot done. And when I make it to... So I was going to stop at the next water, but that's like 3.5 miles away. But it doesn't make sense to stop there when I have plenty of water, when I need to fill up everything 3 miles later or so. So I'm going to the water that's in 7-ish miles from here and filling up all my bottles and taking a break. At least that's the plan. And then I'll have about 7 miles left to get to where I want to go after that. And then I'll hopefully that area is not filled up with tents already by the time I get there, and I can find a good spot and set up mine. And then I'll decide if I want to do a loop or not. So here's the thing. Alright, so in about 14 miles now, so 7 to 7, there's a turnoff, like I think it's called Gatorade Junction, and the PCT takes you like down towards water and like back up towards this dirt road. It's like 3.6 miles of like just like a V shape type of like thing on the map. But there's a very gorgeous scenic shortcut that takes you from Gatorade Junction to the same dirt road, and it's 1.5 miles. There's no water, but it apparently gives you amazing views of Mount Shasta because you're so close to it, and Castle Crags and a bunch of other mountains. And it's got a phenomenal sunset, supposedly, and the sunrise. And I want to watch that. I want to see that very badly. So I'm willing to cut off 3.5 or 3.6 miles of the PCT. However, if I get there early enough, I can set up my tent, claim my spot, whatever. And then I might have enough daylight to make it into a loop hike and knock out that 3.6 by slap hacking it. Again, this is just me trying to appease both my sides of my brain. The one that's like kind of still a teeny bit of a pierce that's like, no, you must hike all the trail. And then the other side of me that's like trying to not be super hardcore and take opportunities like this. So, I mean, there are other famous alternates that PCTers take as part of their actual PCT thru hike instead of the actual trail. So one of them is, I believe there's an alternate to go behind a waterfall in Oregon. I think that's the alternate. I don't think it's the out and back side trail. Around Lake Tahoe. If I remember right, the traditional PCT does not take you near the like really pretty part of Lake Tahoe where you like go around the rim. I haven't researched it, but I know this isn't the only one. on the trail that like nearly every single hiker will take to try to see something beautiful instead of the actual PCT route. Anyways, so that's my plan, but we'll see how much of my plan actually plays out, because I have to get there first, you know. I still got a lot of hiking to do, and even though like in the mornings I find I'm like really optimistic about what I can hike in a day and how it's gonna go and stuff, and then around after second break I'm realizing, like, you know, by then I know if I'm actually gonna make it or not, or if I'm gonna really have to push through or whatever. And then usually plans start to change around that time, but I'm really going to try to stick to at least getting to the ridge for the views, because it puts me closer to town. No matter, like, I mean, I'm gonna still do my 25 miles no matter what, so because it gets me to closer to town, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna get hiking. So this trail crew sometimes doesn't cut down the actual blowdown. What they'll do instead is they'll do something like this. So they give us a step up, and they like carved in steps to get down the other side. Because sometimes the tree's just too big for them to do safely. I'd assume. But anyways, I gotta put this down because I need all my hands to do this properly, or I'm gonna fall on my face. So yeah, all done. Easy peasy. Yeah, this trail, coming on the other side of that river, this trail is really well maintained. Very, very happy. Realize now I probably should get it on camera, but I was too busy enjoying. There's a different bridge, and we were all hanging out underneath it, and somebody, a nice little trail angel, had put Gatorade in the creek, and so I had myself a lemon Gatorade. It was awesome. So, but right now I'm hiking near this, and that's the bridge. And yeah, I have 7 miles to go. Originally I was worried that everybody was racing towards the same camp spot as me because of how hot it is and the water situation. It sounds like most people are not going to be camping on the ridge like I will be trying to do. However, there are more hikers behind me. There's more hikers ahead of me. So I could be, surprised that the sites might still end up being full. But like I said, I doubt it with the water situation. Sounds like most people are going to either try to make it to the next water source area or load up at this creek and camp in the next campsite or two. But I want beautiful views today if I can pull it off. So right now, because if I take the shortcut, I miss out in the water 9 miles. Or the alternate, I should say, because it's an alternate. So if I take the alternate, then it's a 16-mile water carry. Basically, from here to town. There is a river between here and town, but it's like 15 miles away. And honestly, by that point, I'm almost to town. And 2, it's river water, and like I will drink it, but it has to be like emergency. So I'm carrying right now 4.5 liters altogether, just because of how hot it is. to give myself a chance to be able to drink 1.5 liters between here and the campsite if I want to. Of course, I have plenty to cook and plenty to get to town with tomorrow. I might have a little too much. I'd rather have too much than not enough. My other option too is like if I magically drink a lot of my water before I get to the campsite, which isn't going to happen, but if it did, I could set up my tent and then hike the mile to water and then hike back out. But then at that point, there was no point of taking the shortcut. Or the alternate, I mean. So yeah. Anyways, it's like almost 3 p.m. so I'm gonna get hiking. And I'll check in with you when I check in. Not sure what this means, but the sign says. Neat. I think the sign meant this road because you have the trail that comes out there, and then you have a road there, or like a turn point there. Then there's the road, and then there's a road. There's a turn point, there's a road. Straight ahead, and then there's another turn point. So it is kind of like an octopus because it's got so many arms, and then the trail's right there. So, oh man. And I guess it goes that way for turnaround too. What's this? Equals something 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 percent. Anyways, I'm gonna get back on trail. So I just scared a baby. So I'm gonna keep walking. But there's a bear up there, a black bear. See if I can zoom in on it. What's this? Black dot. Oh, it's running. Okay, it's running away. Alright. Saw my first bear in the trail. I know you guys can't really see it on camera, but I scared the cub first. And then, I mean, they weren't very close to me, but the cub made noise. And so I started looking for Mama, because I don't know where Mama is. Is she on the other side of the trail? Is she close by? You know what I mean? And plus, sometimes the babies tree themselves, and so, like, is it above me? But I saw Mama, and then Mama ran away. But I kept walking because I didn't want to, like, stop where I first saw them, so that she didn't think I was a threat to her cub. But, oh man. Alright. Not scared or anything. I've dealt with bears on the AT. They're nothing to worry about, especially black bears. But it's a whole different ballpark when you got babies involved. Little update. Still going uphill. Almost done with this freaking mountain. As far as going uphill, I have like 0.4 left. And then I have 1.6 to, it's called Jared, or Gerard. I don't know. I'm pronouncing it like you would pronounce the name Gerald. So Jared Ridge Junction. And then after that, I have somewhere between probably like a half a mile to a mile of hiking for my camp spot for the night. But it's almost 6. So that's another hour and a half of hiking. I'm pooped. But at the same point, like, I'm excited to potentially see these views. And so far it's just me and Alexa that are hiking towards it that I know of. So hoping when we both get there, we can get spots in the really awesome campsite. Because there's a few up there, but there's one particularly good one. Anyways, sorry you had to hear me breathing quite heavily and whatnot. But I'm gonna get hiking. Alright, made it to camp. We got Mount Shasta here. And then over here is Castle Crags, but you can't really see it because of the sun, but it's really pretty. And then we've got the Lexus tent there, and my tent here. And I'm still setting up. The sun is going down and it's looking really pretty with the clouds. This is hands down one of the most beautiful sites I've ever been in. Because they're all like pink this way. And then they go orange and red. And then I don't have a good shot of it, but they're really pink over there.